Just a few hours before we arrived here in Iraq, ballistic missiles sent by Iran had slammed into Iraq at two sites, here in Erbil and further to the west at the US base at Ain al-Assad. The missiles didn't do that much damage, but there was concern here in Erbil that this was going to build up into a serious conflict with Iraqis caught in the middle, a conflict that Iraqis said they could do nothing about. Well, over the last couple of weeks, that has de-escalated considerably, but there are other problems. During that time, we've seen anti-government protests in Basra, Baghdad, all around the country, protests that have continued since October, with people who say that the government is mismanaging an enormous wealth of natural resources. They say there's terrible corruption, and that in some places they don't even have basic services like running water. And we've spoken to journalists who say they're being targeted for reporting on those protests by pro-Iranian militia who are concerned that the protests could damage a government they feel they can influence. And don't forget that we're just 50 kilometers down the road here from Mosul, where in 2014 ISIL came sweeping through Iraq. They held them off here at the Kurdish Autonomous Region and over the last 6 years they've slowly forced them back and out of those big cities. But we've spoken to Peshmerga generals who say they're still out there in little groups, waiting, probing. They're attacking at night, pushing not too far, but waiting for the moment when they can re-emerge. And they think that with the US and the joint coalition preoccupied in a conflict with Iran, that moment may not be too far away.